Oh, I don't want that one. Boom. I bet nobody's even up. If they are, they're crazy. So I want to give an update because I haven't given an update in a little bit, but I can tell you I'm barely through the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of messages. And so I do have some messages from some reliable sources that I'm going to share with you. But I want to tell you something, that there are some YouTubers. I'm going to just go ahead and say this because I'm not going to mention any names, but there are some YouTubers that you just don't need to listen to. I'll put it this way. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care about a credit or even an acknowledgement. But somebody sent me a clip of another YouTuber, like, just trying to say that they were the first to report Tisha's arrest. And this is a YouTuber I've talked to. They have tried to talk to me on a number of occasions. They got some issues. They've tried to deal with or whatever. There are going to be YouTubers that will say whatever they want to say just to try to get a click or a view or anything like that. And so I'm not going to tell you what to do. But if there are YouTubers that are across the country and they're trying to tell you that they got some sort of inside source in the police force in Colorado Springs, I got some property in Arizona that it's beachfront, and I want to sell it to you. This is what you need to know. I'm ridiculous. I am ridiculous. I've watched that video of when I got the report from inside the sheriff's department and we broke the news that they had made an arrest of Tisha Stauch. And I'm like, man, I almost want to delete this. How the hell did I do this shirtless? And I laugh about it and I'm over it or whatever. But then when these same YouTubers are like making some claims about they have inside sources that they found Gannon, now you're beginning to play with family. Like, why? Why even make shit up like that? That's what I don't understand, is when YouTubers and sleuthers, and they really are in it for the clicks and the views. They have zero care for the family. There's not an ounce of care in the family when you just make shit up. Or you're not vetting your sources. Man, I'm texting with people who are getting paid to follow this case. I'm working with people that have direct sources inside the sheriff's department. They have not found Gannon. And so when people are reporting that they have found Gannon, they have to understand that, maybe not now. And I would pray that the family, doesn't get sucked into social media. But for YouTubers, for clicks and views, and for Patreon followers or whatever it is, to just make up information, it's terrible. It's just terrible because, it's like when I made the announcement, you can go back and watch it. When I made the announcement, we were 20 minutes after they arrested her, literally 20 minutes after they made the arrest, we were making the announcement. But at the same time they were making the arrest, I was getting messages like an arrest is imminent. Like they were on their way to arrest her. I didn't even want to, I really thought about not even releasing that, because there is something to be said for letting law enforcement do their thing, right? And so what? So what if you're the first one to announce something? What does that really mean? But now, I'm reading these YouTube comments and I'm reading these screenshots, literally dozens and dozens of messages about people that are claiming they have found Gannon's body. It's going to be released in the news. It's going to be proven. Cool. I hope and pray without a doubt that they find Gannon. I can tell you right now, they haven't. Okay? You can believe me or not believe me. I ain't trying to make something up to just say, oh, they found. I'm not coming on in 1:10 a.m. in the morning to try to make something up. So I can tell you, to the best of my knowledge, they have not found Gannon Stauch. They haven't recovered his body. I can tell you that Tisha Stauch flew into Colorado Springs Airport and was picked up by the El Paso County Sheriff's Office on the tarmac. She wasn't taken through the airport. They picked her up on the tarmac, put her in an unmarked El Paso County vehicle, and have transported her, and she is either booked in completely or she is in the process of being booked in to the El Paso County Jail. There's some other rumors flying around. People are blaming you saying that. That's why I texted you, because I've watched every live and I knew you didn't say it. Yeah, people blame me for shit all the time. I can tell you right now, I have not reported that they have found Gannon Stauch. I'm telling you, middle of the night right now, that my sources, the people that I've been talking to, have told me they haven't found Gannon. And I haven't made that report. I haven't. If you think you have a video of me saying that, please message me, because I haven't said it, and I probably wouldn't say it actually. If I got that info, I'll probably wait. At this point, I don't have to vet my sources anymore. I'm not trying to whatever. So my prayers are with the family. But man, I can't imagine if I'm Gannon's mom, I'm probably still up right now. And I'm looking through social media and I'm looking online, and when someone says they found Gannon, it just hasn't been reported. Oh, my husband drives a red car. I don't know what the screenshots say. I don't know what every YouTuber in the world is saying. It's a little sickening. No, I understand, but I think I have, literally I have dozens and dozens of messages of screenshots from these YouTubers who I know who they are, and whatever, they're gonna do their thing. It just is sickening to me though, and I don't think it's fair. It's not fair to you as a listener, and I didn't know people were blaming me for it. I just read that in chat right now. If somebody's blaming me for saying that they found Gannon, they're just liars, because I haven't said it. I don't think I'll tell you until after it's been out. I might find out first, But man, there are some lines, especially if law enforcement hasn't released it to the family. How I know this is going to change, right? Like I talk about this all the time, how social media is changing the game, and social media is going to make announcements faster than law enforcement. We've seen that happen. You watch that happen. I've actually seen it in a couple of cases. Um, I saw it happen in the Heidi Brizard with a YouTuber, where information came out faster than law enforcement had released it. I saw it in the Patrick Frazee case, where I was getting information far faster than the media and far faster than anyone else out there. I've seen it in Gannon's case, where we've, it's not going to slow down. Like we're building rapport right now with hundreds of people that are either closely tied to different cases, and or it's their job to follow these cases, and they understand that social media is going to play a part in cases as the years go by and as this thing goes. But man, if someone has said that I released information that they found Gannon's body, they are lying to you, because I'm telling you the best of my sources, the people that I'm waking up in the middle of the night and they're texting me back and they're telling me, no, Gannon has not been found. Thank you. Thank you. That's what I needed to hear. Because one, they're going to continue to search for Gannon. Tisha Stauch is back in Colorado. I do have confirmation on that. I actually know multiple people that were camped out at both airports, the Denver airport and the Colorado Springs airport, trying to get, footage of her being brought back in. And it's 1 a.m. It's 1:15 in the morning. I actually just got back home. I've been doing this whole political thing in my local town. We had a debate. After the debate, we went out and talked with different people in the community that wanted to talk more. And so, and then I get home and I start reading through messages and I'm like, damn, what the hell's going on? My phone had already died. And so recharged my phone, dad with a phone. And I have dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of messages of people sharing these screenshots of people saying they found Gannon, they found Gannon. But none of them are from people that I like. They're just random, like you guys asking me, hey, have they found Gannon? Have they found Gannon? And so I'm not asking you to believe me. I'm not even asking you to. I'm asking you to be careful. This isn't pretend. This isn't a cold case. It's not pretend. This is like real life. We're living this for the very first time. And some of these YouTubers live in their basement. I'm out here running for office, talking to real people in my town, and then I check my messages and there's these basement dweller YouTubes that are reporting that they found Gannon, that they've got so-and-so and questioning and this, that, and they're probably questioning everybody. So if you were to say, are they questioning Tisha Stauch's daughter? Probably. I would say that's probably very probable, right? Are they questioning other people involved, Tisha's family? Are they questioning anyone? Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. They're probably doing a lot of questioning. What we know right now is they've arrested Tisha Stauch on the murder of Gannon Stauch. At this moment, no information has been released from any credible source. Law enforcement, the DAs. You have to understand, they've arrested a woman who is presumed innocent until proven guilty. They are not going to tell you And and I did see this message. I have not seen the arrest warrant, and I have never claimed to. They have the arrest warrant sealed. And as good as my sources are, they're good. They're good. They're real good. I don't even dream that I'm going to get a copy of the arrest affidavit before they release it to the public. So whoever's spreading that shit, go home, man. There are people behind this case. There's a mother who lost a child, and you're spreading false information online for what? For what? Stupid. Stupid. Oh. So, I don't know who they're questioning. I haven't seen the arrest affidavit. I'm 99.9% sure they haven't found Gannon. Maybe. Middle of the night, someone found him. Maybe. You know? But why? Why even put that out there when you know it's not true? Even if you're making a guess, you know it's not true. If you don't think, if you think for a moment that after a month-long plus investigation where they have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars searching for Gannon, that when they actually find Gannon, they're not going to tell the world and take credit for all the work they've done. They're going to keep that a secret from the family. Why make that shit up, man? There's a mom. There's a mom awake right now. When she reads that stuff, it tears at her heart because she knows in her heart that it's not true. She knows as soon as they find Gannon, she's the first one they're calling. I promise you. But when she sees something online like that, and she will, Landon's watching all this stuff. And you're a YouTuber putting that shit out for what? For what? For real? I can't even believe people watch you still. Are they questioning Tisha's daughter? An educated guess would say yes. But if you think you're going to guess who the witness is, if you're going to think you're going to guess who the DA is going to protect moving into this case, go for it. Make some shit up. Look like an idiot when it all comes out. Don't blame me for it. You start putting words in my mouth, and I'll start saying your name out loud. And I'll tell people what to do. So don't listen to this crap, man. You can listen to whoever you want to. I ain't trying to tell you who to listen to. You can go listen to whoever you want. But don't spread that shit. I mean, y'all can send me messages. That's why I'm answering this. That's why I'm on at 1:20 in the morning. Because I do feel, I know that the world is watching. I know that the world has fallen in love with Gannon. I know that the world has a new hero that was taken too early. You guys deserve like truth. You deserve it. You're not. You don't deserve it. Actually, you don't. Nobody's obligated to tell you what's going on in this case. The police are not obligated to tell us what's going on in Gannon's case. They're not. They have zero obligation to the public to inform the public of what happened to Gannon until trial, till they open the court and the constitutional right of a trial is played out. We still live in a country where people are presumed innocent until the state, the people, have enough evidence to convict them in a court of law. And if you want to change that by pretending or making up stuff, good luck with that. Do I think Tisha Stauch is guilty? Yes. Why? Not because I know all the evidence in here, but I know how Dan May works. I know firsthand how Dan May works. They are cold, calculated, and precise. So do I think she's guilty? Absolutely. Could she be innocent? Absolutely. Do I think she's innocent? Not at all. Do I think they're going to find Gannon? I do. I do think they're going to find Gannon. Do I think Tisha's daughter knows something? She ain't a stupid kid. She ain't a stupid kid. I just ask that people be careful, man. We are infants. We are infants when it comes to true crime. The power of what happens online, we have barely tapped it in the true crime world. We are babies. So, as I've challenged YouTubers before. I think we're going to make a difference. I think that in 10 years, people will look back and go, oh, look, this is where a YouTuber made a difference. This is where a YouTuber broke a case. This is where a YouTuber solved the case. This is where that sleuther from Facebook solved this or showed this or brought forth new evidence. I think all of these things happen and are going to continue to happen on a regular basis. But man, if you start just making up shit for clicks and views, I am guilty. I learned my lesson. I guessed on some shit with the Patrick Frazee case. Many of you walked through that stuff with me. I tried to keep an open mind. I tried to look at Patrick as innocent until proven guilty. We got information about a little blonde girl. We dug. We went sneaking around. We went talking to restaurant owners to find out information. We heard from dispatch officers at the Teller County Jail. There's enough information out there that if you poke in the right places, you can actually break some news if that's what you want to do. Can I tell you about something? I'm going to tell you something I did during the Patrick Frazee case. I ain't even proud about this. I had to take a couple of days off because I was working. I had to work, but I was still trying to cover the Patrick Frazee case. And this was during the trial. And many of you know that during the trial, they listed me as a witness. And that's a true ass story. You can check the tweets. They said my name in court. Michael Dalton is a state endorsed witness. They did this 100% to keep me out of the courtroom. They did this. During the trial, I told my wife, don't take your cell phone in. If you take your cell phone in, they're going to confiscate it. Because I'm about to report information live from the trial. I did this. I'm going to take full responsibility. My wife didn't do anything wrong. She didn't even take her cell phone in the courtroom. There was 7 other people in that courtroom breaking decorum order. They were tweeting to me or texting to me in real time against the decorum order. I'm telling you, this case is over. Everybody's been convicted. Everybody's been sentenced. I wasn't breaking decorum order, repeating what was being texted to me because I wasn't in the courtroom. The decorum order for the court ended at the courtroom property. I was in Denver. Many of you walked along with me on this. I talked about having rats and mice and snitches in the courtroom. I wish I could take that back. I didn't think it was fair the way they allowed things to go down. And I don't think I did anything that was going to hamper the investigation. But straight up, I received text messages from 7 different individuals who were breaking decorum order in the Patrick Frazee case. And I would report that stuff from Denver. Wasn't even close. I wasn't even close to Cripple Creek. And so I knew I wasn't breaking the law. I had figured a way out to get someone else to break the law. I didn't even ask them to break it. This wasn't something I planned. They knew that they could keep me out of the courtroom because they listed me as a witness. What they didn't understand is that people want to talk about secrets. There's something that is within us. I had one person freak out. They freaked out because they were texting me and I was repeating what was happening live in the courtroom. And they freaked out. They were like, oh my God, these officers are walking up and down the freaking aisles trying to figure out who's sending messages. And I know it's got to be because you're actually doing a live report during a court hearing where the judge has set the decorum that there is no live reporting to come from within the courthouse. When it all was said and done, when it was all over, we didn't ruin anything. Patrick Frazee didn't get off. I didn't break the law. Again, I wasn't in the court. I was 100 miles away. But when it was all said and done, I had to look back and go, damn, why did I do that? Did I do it just because? Did I do it with the pure motive of just getting out the information in this trial to you and to the world? Did I do it because I thought there was some violation the judge was doing when he didn't allow us to have an open courtroom? Did I do it because I was pissed because they kept me out of the courtroom? Why the hell would I risk literally 7 other people could have gotten 99 days in jail for contempt of court and violation of court decorum? People were pissed at me. They were pissed. Even when I tried to do good by it. We would pray for Kelsey's family before they would testify. People were like, how do you know they're testifying? They haven't released who's coming. It was because this was new. This was something I had never gone through, never experienced it. I learned a lot in the Patrick Frazee case, whether I was wrong, indifferent. I had to ask myself, why? Was it because you want to be first? Because you want to give that information out first? Even when I got the information about Tisha Stauch being arrested in Gannon's case, the people that were giving me the information were like, maybe you should wait. Wait until somebody else breaks it. Damn it, I didn't. I broke it shirtless. Now, there'll be a lot of people that'll claim they broke the news. Good. Good for you. If that makes you feel better, good. Good for you. Don't do what I did in the Frazee case. Don't make shit up. I made a post up. I made a post up in the Frazee case, and it gained traction to where national news actually reported something that I made up. And when I saw national news report it, I felt like shit. Why? Why'd I do that? Why'd I make that shit up? They bought it hook, line, and sinker. You bought it hook, line, and sinker. It's like a confession from Dad tonight. Only because I can see how it could. Now, I didn't talk about them fine. I never, ever once said they found Kelsey's body. And the post that I made up because national news reported it, nobody's ever questioned it. No one has once said, did you see that thing that Dad with the phone did during the Frazee case? That was bullshit. It was a lie. Maybe someday I'll tell you what that post was. But you guys bought it hook, line, and sinker. And I realized that I had more of a responsibility. This was nothing, man. There was 400 people. There was 100 people. There was 50 people watching. It wasn't like, but I learned. I did. I really did. And now when I see others doing it, when I know they're doing it, right? It's easy to say so-and-so is being questioned because nobody can prove that, right? When I said Tisha Stauch was either being arrested or going to be arrested, if that didn't happen, you guys would have looked at me like a dumbass. You'd have been like, you're full of it. You're in it for clicks and views. I ain't gonna lie. When the sheriff's office tweeted out after I had announced the arrest had been made in Gannon's case, when they tweeted out that they were going to do a press conference, my wife will tell you, I was like, man, I got that one. Man, that is crazy. That source came through. I texted somebody who I questioned. If you go back and listen to when I release it, man, I was right on the table. I was like, man, 95%. I trust this person, this real person. I know this is true, but 95, if I'm wrong, I'm going to dig myself a hole I'm never going to get out of. There's just no reason to make up shit in these cases. They are crazy enough. That's the crazy thing. When we actually find out what happened, we probably won't believe it. It's going to be the same way it was with the Patrick Frazee case. When Crystal Lee told her story, we all sat around going, this chick, she's fabricated this elaborate story of how they killed Kelsey. And she expects us to believe this. But then all of a sudden, the detective work, the DA work. Listen, and I'm going to tell you right now, I got into an argument today with a lady over corrupt cops. There are corrupt cops in the world, and there are really good cops. But when the cops begin to lay out the evidence that we didn't know about, and we watched that Patrick Frazee case unfold, truth was crazier than anything you and I could have come up with. I believe the same thing is going to happen in Gannon's case. So I would urge the content creator. Maybe you got some sources that I don't know about. But when you start saying you know who the police are questioning, or you start making up stories about them finding Gannon and trying to pass that shit off on me, I done played this rodeo. I done played this game. Have I made some shit up? I just told you. I made a post up in the Patrick Frazee case that gained national attention and nobody ever questioned it once. Nobody. They still haven't to this day. Y'all gonna be thinking about it. Y'all that follow the Kelsey Barrett case gonna be like, what did Dad make up that everybody bought hook, line, and sinker? I'll probably delete this video so I don't have to believe it. I actually did it, but it's my little confession to you tonight. So take it. Take it for what it is. This story, Gannon's story, needs no imagination. Whatever happened to Gannon, we'll find out. And it's going to be crazy. You're probably not going to believe it. Because someone who could do something to a little boy is not going to think like you and I. They're not. Something's wrong, right? They're off. They're crazy. They're psycho. They're whatever. The story of what happened to Kelsey Barrett is so foreign in my imagination that we couldn't have wrote what happened, but we know what happened because they proved it with evidence. So be careful. Be careful what you share. Be careful what you buy into. I'm not telling you to believe me. I just told you I lied to you guys, and it probably will happen again. It probably will. I'm a much better liar than I am an honest man. But I try. But when I see others do it, I realize that's why I'm sitting here telling you about myself. Because I could point the finger. I could start dropping names of the people who are lying to you online right now. But why not just tell you the truth about myself? I've done it. You're going to see a lot of craziness happen over the next couple of days in this case. We are going to get information. Promise you. People are going to talk. They can't keep loose lips. So follow whoever you want to follow, by the way. Entertainment is good. We're just a little entertaining. We're talking about these things. So, but if they try to, if somebody says my name and says I claim something, y'all send me a screenshot. You bitches be lying about me. They try to say I say something. I've tried to bring you I learned. I hope you hear me on that. I've learned some lessons in the last year. Can you imagine that? I'm a 40-year-old man still learning lessons. So take it for what it is. No, they have not found Gannon. That's the truth. Now, do I think law enforcement will find Gannon? Absolutely. Do I think that they will report it? Absolutely. Do I think they're going to report it to you first? Nope. Nope, not at all. And you know what? If I find out that they find Gannon, if I find out first, I'm probably not going to report it to you. Probably not going to report it to you because it doesn't mean anything to me anymore. I thought it did. I thought you had to be first. You need to be first when it comes. Listen, I tried very hard to get other people to be first when it came to the arrest. What you don't know is when I found out that they arrested people, I began to double and triple and quadruple check. And it took 4 checks. The first 2 checks said, no, they haven't arrested anyone. There's no report of that. No info. Start questioning your source. But then I got to that 4th check and I said, have they arrested someone? And I got the old, what the fuck do you know? How do you know this already? That happened 10 minutes ago. And all of a sudden I was shirtless on the internet. And I thought there was something to be first. But there really isn't. There is no benefit in being first. Being accurate, being up to date, being relevant, there is something to it. So take it for what it is, kids. Thanks for joining tonight. Thanks for coming on. If you haven't already, you can follow me at all the links below. I ain't perfect. I'm just a dad with a phone. If you want to support Dad with a Phone, you can do that in my bucket. My bucket happens to be at PayPal. I don't know. It's not obligated to give, but if you want to support the channel, you can support the channel at the PayPal link below. Hey, thanks for joining for this little late night confession with Dad. I can't believe I just told y'all. I should tell y'all what it is. Y'all want to know what I lied about in the Patrick Frazee case? Y'all want to know what I lied to y'all about? Y'all going to hate me. But I feel like I'm obligated to tell you. Cindy says yes. Somebody says no. I'm getting more yeses. But we love you. It's up to you. I like that. It is up to me. All right, I'm going to tell you. So, I had received a picture of Crystal Lee Kinney. Somebody sent me. They saw Crystal Lee Kinney here in Colorado. And I happened to be flying out of Colorado. And so I took a picture of the airport and a picture of Crystal Lee. And I did a post that said Crystal Lee Kinney has landed at DIA. About 6 news sources, 5 or 6 YouTube channels picked it up and ran with it. I got on that airplane to fly out of DIA and I was like, what the hell did you just do? Why? Why make that shit up? I know she's in Colorado. She's about to testify against Patrick. Why? Why say she's at the airport? She probably drove down. She probably didn't fly. They bought it, hook, line, and sinker. I feel like a dickhead. I feel like a dickhead telling y'all. I feel like that's how much of a dickhead I was. Wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth the plane ride where I felt like a idiot. Why? Why even jeopardize anything for a click and a view? But I'm guilty. So there you go. I lied about Crystal Lee coming in at the airport, but people bought it hook, line, and sinker. News people, they put that shit up on their Twitter. There you go. Now you know how evil I am.